Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. We all know that NCT has said some questionable things, and from those things have come some iconic quotes and memes. But some of them rise above the others. Some of them are the best of the best. So I, as the voice of absolute truth, this definitely isn't just my opinion that you're totally allowed to disagree with, I've decided to tier rank some of NCT's most iconic quotes and jokes. Now, a quick disclaimer before we get started, there are like dozens of these quotes out there. I asked you guys in my community tab, check that out, we have a good time there, and there were so many comments. I had to whittle this down from over 50 lines, which means that there are more than enough quotes to make a part 2 to this. So let me know if you guys would like to see that in the comments. And once again, this is just my opinion. Everyone has different senses of humor and everyone finds different things funny, which is totally chill. In the end though, what we can all agree on is that the members of NCT are funnier than we'll ever be. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and now let's go straight to the tiers.
Not my problem.
We're starting off strong. There's no question about where this is going to go, because I genuinely do use this one on the daily. The little shrug and all. People probably think I look ridiculous, but do I care? I don't know.
Not my problem.
So, without a doubt, this is going into used on the daily.
BB as my diamonds, I'm shine. Yeah. BB as my diamonds, I'm shine.
Everything that Jungwoo says is comedy gold, but this clip is one of my favorites. If he says that that's how you spell barbecue, then that's how you spell barbecue. I really like this one in the entirety of the American School 101 videos, so I think I'm going to put this one in the used on the daily tier as well. I don't use this on the daily per se, but trust me, if I ever had literally any excuse to say this, I would.
The honey skin. And they had to taste it.
What?
No 10. I can't taste it. I'll never be able to. Thank you for rubbing salt into the wound. Straight to I have beef.
Wow, this is sweet.
This never fails to crack me up. The way he just emerges onto the screen and the little brother energy he's radiating, I love it. I think about this constantly 24/7, and I feel like every citizen knows this quote and worships the ground it lays on. So for that reason, I have to put it into the top tier.
혹시 나나 누구예요?
나나 저예요.
you are 나나.
I find the context of this quote extremely amusing. Poor Lucas. Sweet, sweet Lucas. The fact that he manages to make everything funny just makes this 10 times better too. But if you watched my old NCT V-Lives video, you know that this was the transition clip in between all the other clips, so I had to listen to that line dozens of times. Dozens and dozens of times. And though I still think that this is an iconic line, it's just not the same anymore. Nevertheless, I'll put it in a puff of air through my nose because it's just too iconic to go any lower.
I've lived in America for 4 years. That's why I'm here, man.
There's no question as to where this one is going. It's timeless. Perfect. Birthed countless more memes from it. This is the definition of the backbone of this fandom, and it's going straight to the top tier without a doubt.
Jisung has something to tell you.
Okay. Oh, really?
Please don't kill me. I don't know why, but this meme just doesn't do it for me. Jisung looks adorable. The look on his face is hilarious, but for some reason, this joke isn't really laugh out loud funny for me anymore. Maybe my humor is just bad, and let's be honest, it kind of is. Or maybe the fact that I low-key used to pronounce the word really like that as a kid gave me an internalized vendetta against this meme. I guess we'll never know. Whatever the case, it's going into the please don't kill me tier. I'm sorry. Yo, I'm so stupid. Go, get up there, go. Okay, it's fixed. Oops.
You fruit. Oh, a cookie.
Ten's entire saga with fruit is just gold. A soap opera, a masterpiece, a car crash that I can't look away from. And this clip genuinely makes me crack up every time I hear it. I can't look at fruits or cookies the same anymore. Every time I see one, this just plays in my head. Right to used on the daily you go.
I can show you the world! I can show you the world! I can show you the world!
Now, this is a very new iconic quote, but I'm gonna say it. It's one of the best. Historians will look back on this video, see this perfect example of peak chaotic wavy culture, and wonder what was going on. And honestly, I don't know either, but it's hilarious. I'm also grouping in these quotes.
I want a chicken. Too big. 언니?
라푼셀, 直接叫你啊。
Because they fall into the same Hen Punzel vein as this one, but I have a feeling that all of these are going to become timeless. It's going into backbone of the fandom. I'm calling it.
By the way, your English is phenomenal. Here we go. New album is dropping at the end of the month.
Now, I don't have beef with this meme. I have beef with this man. Yes, Sam Rubin, I'm talking to you. While Johnny's response is extremely hilarious, it still sucks that they didn't bother to do any research into the members and that stupid comments like these are still being made. I'm just gonna put this into I have beef before I go off on a tangent.
Yeah, so you gotta seize the opportunity.
The opportunity.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a ton to say about this one. Mark's expression is hilarious, his delivery, hilarious, and it's just a solid joke. I enjoy it, and I think I'm gonna put it into a puff of air through my nose. It's just solid. It's classic.
My name is Mark. You can mark me in your heart.
Yeah!
Well, I can't believe I said that.
Speaking of Mark quotes, this one is one of my favorites. The moment of clarity he has after making that joke is just perfect. I can never watch that without laughing, and every time I hear Mark's name, I think about that joke. It has to go into the used on the daily tier.
여기다가 하긴 머리 없었어요. Where's my hair?
The lack of context in this quote makes it pretty funny to me. The sheer look on Ten's face always gets me too. I'm gonna put this into a puff of air through my nose because it's just a solid joke, and I'm hoping that Ten has found his hair by now.
소감은 영어로 하도록 하겠습니다.
Please, how are you feeling?
If I was boyfriend and never let you go, I can take your place you've never been before. Baby, take a chance you never ever know. 아 진짜?
I remember seeing a Resonance meme about Justin Bieber a while back, and it genuinely had me wheezing. My humor has just deteriorated too much, I swear. But for this one, I just don't find it super funny. It's funny, I like it, but it's not super funny to me personally. Honestly, I don't really have a reason why either. I'm putting this into the please don't kill me tier, but rest assured I am well aware that Hichan is 10 times the comedian that I will ever be.
I feel like the possibility of all those possibilities being possible is just another possibility that can possibly happen.
I don't have the brain cells to decipher what this means. Either Mark is an omnipotent god of wisdom. Omnipotent? Yo, I'm gonna look this up. Omnipotent. Okay, I was right. Either Mark is an omnipotent god of wisdom, or I'm just very sleep deprived and not very smart. Let's be honest, probably both. Either way, it took me like 5 tries to read this out correctly, so now I have beef with it.
Oh, Canada. Here is Korea, man. Don't forget, okay?
This one is a classic, even Johnny knows it. But also this is just another case of me hearing it way too many times. I think I've edited this clip into a few videos before. With the amount of time I have to rewatch videos during editing, things can get old. And yet, I still manage to laugh every time Hichan says, "Oh Canada," so I'm still gonna put it in a puff of air through my nose.
ASAP! As soon as possible. No. IDK. No. WTD. No.
This is honestly one of my favorite quotes. There's just something about it that I can't describe. That's just Jungwoo for you, dude. I genuinely do probably use this almost every day, whether it be in my head or out loud to my poor unsuspecting family and friends. And for that, I have no other choice but to put it in the used on the daily tier.
그 남자들한테도 여자들이 Oh daddy.
This was a cultural reset. I think that a good portion of our fandom's chaos stemmed from this quote, and for good reason. Paired with the
Oh, mama. 약간 이 느낌이.
this is just too iconic to be put anywhere but at the top. I was torn on this one. It's one of NCT's longest running jokes, and when I first saw it cracked me up, but now, I don't know. I just don't find it super funny anymore, so I'm gonna put it in the bottom tier. Still though, I find all of the times that NCT has teased Taeyong about it extremely amusing.
혼자 연습생. 너무 lonely. 근데 지금 너무 happy. Yeah.
If I could put the entirety of Mark and Lucas's V-Live in here, I would. The entire thing is just so funny. Just Lucas's delivery and the sheer amount of time Mark spends clapping and laughing, gold. Anyway, I think that this is a solid joke. I love rewatching that live, and because of that, I'm gonna put it in the middle at puff of air through my nose.
Dude, but why are we talking about having a baby?
Oh my god. Huh?
We're still so young. Why are we talking about having a son or like?
I don't know. Anything could happen. Oh my god. I'm just kidding.
I had so many Yang quotes in here, but I had to whittle them down for this video. But I couldn't not include this one. If it gets out that Yang has a wife and 3 children already, let's just pretend that we're surprised. Either way, I use this quote a lot, most of the time in front of my friends who have no idea why I proceed to cackle like an idiot, but it also lives in my mind rent-free. There's no other place for this quote but used on the daily.
Sexy.
고향이 어디야?
Sexy.
무슨 색 좋아해?
Sexy.
Okay, this one isn't a particular quote per se, but it's just too iconic to not include. Every time Jaemin says this, I feel like 10 years are added to my life. Where would the fandom be without this? I am obligated to put it straight to the top tier.
I mean, like,
language.
This quote was the reason I created this entire tier in the first place. This man had the audacity to say that, then say this a few months later. I don't just have beef. I am fighting this quote on site.
Oh, dude, he's flirting.
Everything Mark does is just hilarious. Every time he's with Johnny, his little sibling mode just activates. This is pretty funny, and though I don't think about it a ton, let's be honest, I'm too busy thinking about the chaos that was the rest of the Cup of Coffee Part 2 video. Every time I hear it, it surprises me, you know? I'm happy to hear it. And for that, I'm gonna put it in a puff of air through my nose.
Be quiet, don't cry. Be quiet, don't cry.
This wouldn't be an iconic quote ranking video without this. This has been around for forever, and I'm so glad it has because it's just perfect. That entire video of Jay is gold, honestly. This fandom would be obsolete without this meme. So, of course, it has to go right into the backbone of this fandom. That is the definition of the backbone of this fandom. And those are all of the quotes and memes for today. Again, this is my personal opinion, and I think the fact that we all have different tastes and jokes makes this fandom even better. Let me know where you would have ranked things in the comments, and because there are so many more quotes that I couldn't fit into this video, let me know if you'd like me to make a part 2. Thanks so much for watching and have an amazing day.